What is good, YT fam? We back for another day. It's day 132. But this one is still unprofitable, and I ain't giving up quite easily. Yeah, I'm sticking to it. Now, another day. Let's backtest. Let's learn. I'm gonna do this 2021 ICD futures model. Maybe it rips me up, kicks me, yes, or makes me get some money. Let's see. 2021. So we're remaining with 204 days. Let's see if we can finish it. It's another session that will be closed off, and we can start another one. Keep putting in reps until the model works. So I obviously trade like the ICD entry, classic entry model, and the Justin Wallens model, but because you adjust it to yourself and your parameters, it ends up becoming yours. You can say that you trade like exactly like Justin does. So that's why I wouldn't actually call it like it's Justin model. You trade, you learn off of it, you get some parts of it, then you learn from it. Now let's go to the daily time frame here. Okay, so what do we see as we look at this chart? First off, nice uptrend here. Looks like we're recovering. This is a good buy side target. This one here, and obviously that will build the all-time high. So we might potentially drop to them, but we have a gap here. Good daily fair value gap. So daily FG. Now, since we have the gap, I would like to see price maybe retrace. I don't know if it will reach the gap, but I'm looking for price to hit this daily thing here, and will depend on what price will show us. Now on the 4H, we have small gap inside here, retraced into it, pushed higher. Yeah, no other gap. Now 1H, yeah, nothing big. The only breakaway gaps here, I think it's close to Asia lows and London lows, equal lows. So if we retrace, it might drop into this one potentially. So yeah, let's look for like if price rejected this one only and then we continue high. I don't think we'll reach all this way here, but my eyes are still on that high. Now here, relatively equal lows obviously. Now 5, 15 might have something. Push higher, drops, goes low, goes higher, something like this. I'm thinking possibly. Let's see what happens. So I'd like to see these lows get taken out, these equal lows. We're also in this nice 5-minute gap. Okay, market's about to open. We've already taken out the equal lows by a few ticks. Oi. Market opens and it directly drops to the 1 hour gap aggressively. Oh, and it continues. Looks like we're going for a daily gap, fam. Looks like we're going for daily gap. Look how this kind of looking like. It's around the 5. Well, no entry model has been presented yet. No retracements, no nothing. Close to 1 hour. We're still in that gap where we swept out every single thing. We've also taken out this low from Friday. Very crazy. I'm still looking for higher prices. Nothing has changed. So this is the first potential change in the state that we create. So this low has been taken out. Let's remove that. A great change in the state of delivery, and we're retracing to the gap. In 5 minutes, you can see it's actually looking cleaner. So you can actually buy this, but it will be some kind of like 1-to-1. You can see if my stop will be around there, and my take profit will be somewhere around there. 1.6 or let's risk 2% here. 1%, sorry. I think it's because it's 2000 that I end up saying Let's see if price doesn't kill us. It will save us. What is this? Don't tell me I'm gonna get wicked out. Wake up, seriously. Wake. Can't be serious. Let's see. Still thinking of the old time highs. Might push there. The daily. But you know what? I was actually a little bit kind of dumb here. If I know on the 5 minute, I should have put my stop loss here. And this should have been like, as in the gap. This should have been the gap that I would. Oh god. Okay. TPM sessions pushes in as well. I'm still thinking that we should hit those highs. Let's wait for a bit. Power hour macro. Okay, we're gonna take this high out though. There's no way anything more. Boom, take it out. So managed to predict the daily range, but we didn't execute quite well, so I need to work on the execution. For example, if I execute right here, if I executed on this gap here, it would have got a better win rate. But I could have got a better, entry here, stop below here, target. It will obviously be that 1 to 2 that I'm looking for. See, 1.9 hour, and yeah, instead of trying to be greedy, but yeah, it's looking good. It's not bad, but yeah, ends up taking a long period of time, but daily range on point there. Now if we go to the next day open, we're in the daily time frame now. I don't know how this looks like. By the way, before we go, did we retrace to the midpoint of this candles wick? Let's see. So from here to here, it's not the midpoint. We're close to it though. Okay, so now we're on Friday. Sorry, Tuesday. Kind of a bot. Is this a bot though? Nah, I don't think it's a bot. Still standing bullish. I'm seeing signs to go lower. Because if we want to go lower, then obviously we'll create a shift. So I'm still bullish on the day, looking for price to expand higher and higher for some time until it tells us we want to wait for price to give its hand out to us, show that we're going higher. So if it's not doing that, then we wait for it to do so. But if not so, we're going high because it's showing us that it's going high. If it's showing like higher high, higher low, sorry. If it's showing something like high high, high low, high high, high low, high high, why would you think that's going to go lower if it hasn't at least show look high high, high low, high high, high low? You can't think it's going lower except if it shows you something like this, that it's trying to shift, then you can see that it's bearish. So here in my eyes it looks bullish. We will have a small sweep from Asia lows down to 15. We're in this kind of gap. I'd like to see price expand higher, potentially take out those highs, but going in high time frame, well, we're in shift crazily 1 hour. Well, if we happen to close below here and close below this gap, then I would say that we're bearish. But so far I don't think that we closed. The fact that we close inside here doesn't mean that we're extremely bearish. We just have a minor retracement on the lower time frame. 5. I'd like to see price reject there. Let's see if the open does another manipulation leg. Okay, your open drops heavily. The open drops heavily. Ooh, good SMT, good SMT here. Have a change in the state of delivery right there. and retrace back into it. I'm thinking it might come inside this gap and then drop, so that's why I'm waiting for a clear move. So you can see that we end up pushing higher. Price left in under 70 somewhere around here. We could have maybe entered here, but I wasn't confident enough to enter there. Could have entered here and taken that high, but there's many instances where I saw it just not reject this 1 hour gap, so I would potentially wait instead of doing it wrong. So now that we have a shift in structure here, we might look for a potential gap that's in discount, obviously, but then I need to copy this, copy, paste. Now let's use this. Okay, so you can see that from this price like here, from this low here, this high, we can at least go below equilibrium for us to find an entry. That's why we would like to be waiting to equilibrium here. Now on the 5, the gap should be at least below there, or if it's the gap or whatever the price might retrace to. But since you can see we have this low, then you can start from this low here, because these lows here have been these moves here have been rebalanced to push high, rebalance, push high, rebalance. So I like to start on this low here, then put this line here so that we can use this line. Yeah. Now potentially wait. So if price does its thing, so you end up dropping into a potential low. So we're on the 1 hour, we've did a crazy sweep. We have now a shift in structure. This is the MSS. Right now we also have a good rejection of this gap. So I like to put in an entry, my entry there, stop right there, my target. First obviously this high, then there's relatively highs there. 2.5 hour, nice one. So this one is also a good entry. Okie dokie. Let's line a bit. But yeah. Oh yeah. Ends up being stop out, but yeah, not the worst thing that could happen to us. Is it the worst? Let's see. Crazy SMT. Well, we also had an SMT somewhere around here. So I'd say I really would have loved to see price go higher, but if that's not it, then just wait. Simple as that. So it's already 10:36. I wouldn't like to spend more than 1 hour, so 11:30 and above. How would I still be doing on the charts? My interest is inside this time window. So there's nothing to do here. But trading the first 2 hours of the market, where you can find something there. You don't really have to wait, except if you want to trade the session that's except if you want to trade the PM session. Now usually end up closing bearish, so closing day, no big deal. Now we still have the gap here. I don't know if we're gonna trace to it, but I still think we're bullish, honestly. I still don't see any other reason to go lower. But now here, when you go to the 4H, it becomes a different thing. Why? We've created an inverse gap, right? Which means reversal, so my potential pushing into it, then drop. So IFVG there, one, and the 1 hour, create multiple IFVGs no signs of pushing higher. So we might potentially take out these relatively equal highs from the overnight consolidation, take them out and drop to this here. That will be my bias. Overall, long-term bullish, but a bit bearish. Kindly waiting for retracement because yikes, trading the all-time highs is tricky and a little bit, okay, it's not hard, but it's a little bit tricky. So can't blame myself. So we have that for a gap. And this high from lunch, yesterday's lunch, already took these highs out. I'd like to see price potentially show signs of weakness, signs of going lower. Okay, so we're right now in the 4-hour gap. Looks like we're rejecting it nicely. Now let's see if formation will stay right there. The moment will close below it. Very great change in state, but candles are closing very ugly, so you can just enter. End up driving higher. The 4-hour gap and the 4 Asians are closing like this, so I don't think this day I will trade anything. It's looking, I don't know, quite not clean, not that clean. Still being on the bearish side though. Let's see how the 1 inch is looking here. So yeah, looks like we're forming some kind of heavy S&P 15. This high here, look at these highs here, and look at this one here, look at this one. So still looking for price to drop potentially. We also put in another high here, the price closes below the opening price, sorry, that candle. Now we have another cleaner sweep. I would like to see price pays off before reject when you consolidate. So how is the 5 minute looking like? Wicks. I think this is, we'll refrain from this potentially. So we end up dropping now. 5 minute, we have a clean change in the state of delivery here. 4 minute cleaner. 3 minute, yeah, I think the phone is looking better on the change state right here. And let's see if we can retrace to it or retrace to the gap. So no entry provided. So just price ends up crashing lower. And the 1 minute, well, price was really choppy. You can just trust it, but look at this here. I have this change in the state. We have a really good fair value gap that we trace to, then we reject. So no, it's not bad. No, let's still wait to go equal highs, change the state retracement, then price drops. So let's see what happens with the line shower. Keeping this line shower, well, nothing much. Next day, continue. The same thing. Okay, so I think this day is a little bit more clear. Wall drop into this nice fair value gaps. If you zoom in a bit, see that we were in a good fair value gap. I'd like to make it this color though, and we're rejecting, so already I'd like to say that we're moving higher and we have a very crazy SMT here and everywhere else. So polar H rejection, and what do we have here? SMT kinda. Let's see. Look this low. Look at these lows here. Look at this one here. SMT baby. SMT, we're going higher. So now on 1H. another internal SMT that happened overnight. This was Asia around there. Now we had a nice retracement. This some kind of a auto block, acting as an auto block. Like we drop, push, this push higher, drop, break above it, coming uptrend. Let's say that this one was holding price, and then continue to push high. So targets, boom, this one here, first target from yesterday, and these are all the highs. Obviously will be the target. This one here, target, this one here, target, and another good hourly high. Let's see on the 15 though. This one could provide more better targets. I think these are the best case targets that we have. Now the 5 don't have any kind of SMT. I was about to say that we don't have any kind of sweep, but since we have SMT, that's kind of enough. We have the sweep here. I don't think we're breaking below this low here. I think this low is a strong one. And now let's see if we can have some fractility. I will change the state 5 minute here, coupled with a gap. Let's see, I can enter off of that one though. If price respects it, and very crazy. I was saying if price retraces, but it ends up not doing that exact thing of retracing. What's retracing? It was like price was like, what do you think is the retracement? So the highs are gonna be taken out as a watch. Yeah, we're taking out the highs, obviously. Don't see any document yet, except for this one, checking the stay, trace. We have some kind of internal mode of sweep. Taking out this low here. Honestly, I hate the fact that there's no retracement. The retracement happens somewhere around here. I end up taking out the second target in the first 1 hour of the market. This is the only crucial thing. First 1 hour of the market, and boom, we're done for the day. Done and dusted. Very surreal. But I appreciate that I'm getting better at reading price. Next day open, go back to this, and how's it looking like? Well, since we have taken out all those highs, but we also took out the all-time high. That's crazy. We did 11, then we drop back lower. My lord, oh my lord, oh my lord. Now if we go back to the daily, you can see that we're having retracement. And since we're having retracement, we have this clean change in state of delivery. On the 1 hour, well, I'm bullish, obviously. 4H, big gap here. 1H, clean sweep here from yesterday's lunch low. So like the price go to these highs here. Whoa. This one's here. Relatively equal highs. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Except if market proves me otherwise. Yo, putting some crazy market movements. Look at this. Look at this week. Was there some news on this Friday though? Because if there was, I think that's potentially the cause. Now, what's it here? We have a sweep, have another internal sweep. We're in a 4-hour fair value gap. Have a clean sweep here. And is this an SMT though? Not an SMT, but yeah, you see the price is trying to go higher. We have an SMT on the highs. SMT on the highs, so but I'm still thinking the price could reject here. Okay, we're rejecting now. Let's price reject here. Still below there. Let's learn how to execute. My TP was still 1%. I'm gathering new data, and my statistics can show me that I can get the craziest losses of all time, even when price looks clean. When price does this, man, what kind of PA is this? Look at this movement, for real. It's really crazy. Look at how it's continuing to consolidate between this level here and this one here. Oh god. So should I have taken it? I think yes. Because we had an SMT, we had all the confluences of the enter, except if I framed my bias wrong. Otherwise that's the model. I think my maybe it's pretty screwed, but yeah, I mean it's data I'm gathering, it's for my own good, so I can can't complain. Nice shot. Okie dokie. So now let's do the 1032 as well though. Looks like Nintendo screwed us up all over and over and over. Made 2 good months, and boom, lost other good months. Is they dependent there. So we're in the weekly time frame. Very good indecision candle. And this gap inside here, and some kinds of sweep of these lows here. So we had a good sweep. These lows here got taken out. Very nice sweep of the lows. Now on the daily, well, so we took out the lows. Now I'd like to see price recheck and then push higher. Maybe take out this or any other higher time frame, because this here we took out the highs, then we dropped, took out the lows. Well, what's next? Highs. And I think that's how price goes. Now here we have a weak price to the midpoint of it, and this day opened up quite bullish. This day was a little bit bullish. This one quite bullish. We've embraced this gap. 1 hour, well, very clean sweep here yesterday. Pushed higher, failed to go above here, but I'm thinking I might take out this 1 hour high. So there's this one, there's this one, there is, what are the good 1 hour highs there? There's also this one, in case we have huge crazy momentum, relatively equal highs. Now in terms of 15, with the 1 hour, let's see if it does the 1 hour have any clean gap inside here. Well, there is this one that we might retrace to. Now 15 obviously has a gap around there, and some lows from the morning session, London session. So equal lows. Let's see. Market opens. Okay, now this is the time I'd like to see it reject. Another drop again. How's the damage here? which ends up rebalancing. Let's see from this low, this one. Yeah, it's discount, so I'm still standing for the buys. Let's see a place where we can place ourselves in the marketplace. So first we had this nice change in the state of delivery. We trace back to it. We have nice fair value gap. So here, and going on, if we still have other good highs we can target, such as this one, put in another good target. Now if I enter this trade, that will be my target, because now that we're rejecting this gap, my stop will be somewhere around there. My target 1 hour high, giving a 3.4 hour trade. Let's be confident and see what happens. You have nothing to lose. It's just backtesting, so you have everything to learn. Look at yo, it's very disappointing. It's the worst thing that could have happened to someone. Look at how it dropped, get wicked out. My lord, this is insane. Let's see, at least if price ends up hitting the target, maybe, actually not maybe, the problem will be, might be our execution, but yeah, you can get attached to a trade, just have to wait. So consolidation day. Yeah, it's pretty much crazy. I think I'm gonna close the session here. I'm making 30 minutes every single day, but I promise sometime I'll get back on track and see if I can make 1 hour practice on sessions. Yeah, and I'm saying this to kind of trick myself into allowing myself to be, or should I call it, to try and trick my subconscious into getting used to I'm just trying to see if I can get used to, sometimes like letting my edge play out instead of getting attached to the trade. Anyways, I want to check some updates, but now I think we're kind of done. So yeah, stay blessed, stay strong, and may God protect you always. Peace.